Hey everyone, welcome back to another new exciting video. And I have found one interesting post on internet that 4 stages of training LLMs from scratch, and it is visually explained. Here you see that stage 0, stage 1, and stage 2, stage 3, and the last one is the stage 4. And they have given this example of Deepseek, and also in a simple language I have explained each of these stages one by one. So in this video I will discuss these stages with you so that you can understand, because if you follow my channel Code Digit, you know that we always deal with the LLM models. Every day new LLM models are getting published and they are getting smarter day by day, but it is not clear to many of us that how these models are getting evolved, okay, and how these models like Deepseek and these O3 models and these kimi K2 models, how these models are getting evolved, and how they are performing based on reasoning. So for that, these stages are necessary to learn, because many of you are interested to build the agents, and also many of you are building or fine-tuning some of the models that are existed. So in that case, if you know this knowledge, then it will be very much helpful for you guys. Okay, so let me start this video. Here you see that 4 stages of learning LLM. So the first stage is the randomly initialized model. This is the first stage. And in this first stage, here you see they have taken the example of DeepSeek. Suppose you are building one LLM model and its name is DeepSeek. Okay, and in the first stage, it is an untrained LLM. It doesn't have any knowledge. So in simple language, I have also written the stage 0 is the randomly initialized model. So the model begins with a completely untrained brain, means it doesn't have any brain, where it waits, and the numbers that helps it decide are set randomly. Okay, so it have the random weights, like flipping a coin for every connection. Means if you are asking that what is 2 plus 2, it doesn't have that knowledge. Okay, so it will randomly guess some numbers and it will give you that output. For example, here you see it has no knowledge yet, so when you ask what is an LLM, it might spit out random nonsense like try Peter Hand and hello 4485N, because it has not seen any data or learned any pattern. So here you see that when you will ask this type of question that what is an LLM, it will give you some random output. Okay, because it doesn't have any brain, it has not learned anything yet, and this is the stage 0. Now we will train this model, and this is called stage 1, and this is called pre-training. Here you see that you will give some huge text corpus, and the sources of this text corpus may be some textbook, maybe some here you see if I have written that maybe some books, articles, and websites. Okay, so as you see, this pre-training, this is where the model starts its unsupervised learning journey, feeding on a massive collection of text, and it's called a corpus. It can be books, articles, and website. It uses a technique called self-supervised learning to predict the next word or fill in blanks, adjusting its weight with a method called gradient descendant to minimize the errors. Okay, and it is measured by a loss function like cross entropy. These are the functions. So for example, given that the line the cat sat on the, okay, so you have just given this line the cat sat on the, and fill in the blank. Now after some training, the self supervised learning training, it learns to predict the next word, and it will give you the response mat, means the cat sat on the mat. So it learns to predict that fill in the blank mat. Okay, and after many tries, it will give you this answer. So after this stage, it can respond to what is an LLM. So if I show you here, you see that you have given a huge corpus, means the books, article, website, these are the sources, and after this self-supervised learning, this untrained LLM transformed to pre-trained LLM. And now if you ask this that what is an LLM, it will give you some answers, but but that is not the correct one. Okay, and also here you see that the LLM simply learns to continue the text instead of being conversational, means you cannot continue the conversation with this model, it is not possible. Okay, it will just give you some ideas, means 2-3 text that it has learned. Now it will move to this stage 2, where we will do the instruction fine tuning. Okay, and for that, here you see that this is a stage 2 instruction fine tuning. Now the model enters supervised learning, where it's trained on a dataset of question answer pairs, and it's called labeled data. Like, what is an LLM? Pair with an LLM is an AI that learns from lots of text to generate responses. It uses backpropagation to tweak its weights and optimizing a task-specific loss function to match its output to the correct answer. And this makes it conversational. So if you ask what is an LLM or how do LLMs work, at this point it might say an LLM is an AI trained on huge text data to chat like a human, or LLMs work by learning patterns from text to predict answer. So this step teaches it to follow instruction and respond helpfully. If you see this example, here you see that instruction response pair, and this is called the Q&A, question and answer. And here in this stage the LLM becomes conversational and provide helpful answer. And here you see that it moves to instruction fine-tuned LLM in this stage 2. And what is an LLM? If you ask in this stage, you will get the answer. Okay, and now after that it will move to this stage 3, which is an preference fine-tuning. So in this stage it will generate 2 to 3 answers for the same question. Means if you ask what is an LLM, here you see, if you ask what is an LLM, you will get two response, 1 and 2. Now after that, uh, here as a human you will give the feedback, and this is called the RHLM. Okay, so here human will give the feedback, means reinforcement learning through the human feedback. Okay, so RLHF. And here human will give the feedback that, okay, so Deepseek, you have generated two response, but as a human I am thinking that this response one is very good. So in that case it will learn that preferred response, and it will learn that response also, and it will update its memory. As you see that preference fine tuning. Okay, so it learns with the human feedback, and after that, as you see, over time it learns to prefer detailed answers. So it might reply an LLM is a sophisticated AI model trained on vast text dataset to generate human like text, blah blah blah. So preparing it for the further refinement with more feedback. So you can think about like the scenario that in response to one it has given some a response with more detail and long answer, but in response to it has given some short answer. Okay, but as a human you are giving the preference to this response one with a long answer. So in that case it will remember that technique that, okay, I have to generate the long answer, not the short answer, and this is called this preference fine tuning. Now the next stage is the stage 4, which is called reasoning fine tuning. Here is the reasoning task with a definitive answer. And now for this, here you see the reasoning fine tuning. This stage enhances the model's reasoning skill using advanced reinforcement learning, and it's trained to break down problems into steps like a chain of thought COT process, and optimize for a reward based on logical accuracy. For example, if you ask what is 2 plus 2, it might respond, let's think 2 plus 2 equals to 4, because 2 and 2 together makes 4, and showing its work. So here you will see that it is thinking in a it is thinking and taking more time to give answer for a simple question also, like this 2 plus 2. The model updates its weights via back propagation, increasing the likelihood of clear and rewarded answer. These steps make it better at solving problems and giving definitive and step-by-step explanation, turning it into a more thoughtful AI. And this reasoning fine-tuning is the more important thing that many LLM models and many AI models that are getting publishing day by day recently, and they are working hard on this reasoning fine-tuning. Okay, because this is the necessary if you want to um, if you want to build a model with the high reasoning capability. So I hope that it is now clear to you. By the way, this post is done by this daily dose of data science. It is an page on Twitter. So I have found this and I have explained it in detail. So I hope that this detailed explanation of 4 stages of LLM training is helpful for you guys. If you have any question, just let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to watch the other videos also on this OpenAI O5 and GPT-5 GPT-6 training. This was an interesting video that I made yesterday. So if you have not watched this, please watch, and also watch the other videos also. So see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.